Alright guys, so today weight shift kind of part two, if you will. So we're going to take our two alignment rods and I'm going to put them on the ground, but I'm going to put them on the ground after I were to get set up as if I was hitting a golf ball. So I'm going to pretend like I have a golf ball kind of down here on the ground in front of me. I'm going to back up just a little bit. There we go. So if I had a golf ball down on the ground, and then from there I'm just going to kind of set up. Alright. Now from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my two alignment rods and each one's going to get placed on the ground roughly about an inch or so outside my feet. Alright, so more or less the lead one here is going to have about an inch or so outside my outside my foot there. So the orange stick's going to be my trail side is going to be right against the stick. So yeah, so a little bit of gap on the lead side, no gap on the trail side. Alright, so after I get set up with that, what I'm going to do here is I am actually going to grab my third alignment rod here, and from there I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to imagine that I had a golf ball and I'm set up. So after I do this, I'm actually going to leave this stick as my club, leaving it where it is, and I'm going to take my lead side and I'm going to take a step back. Alright, so after I do this, this is where things are going to get a little tricky. So, and this is why it's a little bit more of an advanced drill, but it's going to be something that helps us understand weight shift, pressure, rotation, things like that. So after I take this step back, I'm going to actually start my backswing. Once my lead arm is parallel here in my backswing, I would actually start taking a step towards the other stick, okay? And if you get all the way to the stick, that's fine. The goal would be, though, is to try and leave a little bit of a gap between the stick and your foot as you take that step. So it helps us prevent taking like this really big stride. I see that a lot when people try and do this drill. At first they take like this really massive stride. It's not a really big stride. So the key here is, though, is I'm taking that step as I'm still turning back, right? So as I take that step, you'll notice my chest and my hips are actually still facing where it would be away from my target, right? My back is still facing towards my target, right? So if I don't, so I wouldn't want to step and have everything turning open. That's not how we want the sequencing in the golf swing to happen, or how we want the pressure and weight moving. So we would take this turn back, and again, as my arm gets about parallel and I continue my backswing, I would take that step forward. So now it helps me feel my pressure a lot more in this lead side, and now from here it actually gives me something to swing and push off of with this lead side. So it gives my ability to rotate and clear and keep my weight moving, which helps me hit down and in front of my golf ball. All right. So from the back side here, right, if I turn for you and I do that same motion as my left arm were to get parallel, I would take my step, right? And again, everything stays more behind me. I'm not going to take that step and turn, right? So that's what we see a lot as instructors, is our over-the-top students, is they get towards the top and everything would turn. Now everything's really steep in the downswing, so that's what we want to avoid. So again, as I do that, I want to take that step as I'm about halfway back and continuing to turn. So it helps me get my shift going earlier. It helps my arms stay back more, and helps me kind of create a restriction and some rotation. And then again, it's really focused on getting my weight moving forward instead of us kind of hanging back and falling over and things like that. So hopefully this drill helps you guys. If you have any questions, obviously let me know. I'll see you guys later on.